Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you were here previously or you caught our nicely edited highlight reel on YouTube from last week, um,
You too.
this it this is Everybody Blames Chris, and it's today it's my fault that Ula and Raylis did not end up happily ever after. Um, we pick up where we left off last time. They all of our characters enjoyed quite the fantastic feast with the gnomes and celebrated them taking down a mimic that was wreaking havoc in Gnomengard. And they awaken from their long rest, reaching level 2, um, and with that they awaken within the dining room where they actually ate dinner last night with the gnomes. Some of them are kind of leaned up against chairs, some against walls. It was quite the night. They some of them may have overindulged in some of that purple mushroom wine, so to speak. So we'll pick up from there.
Yes. All right. We were just awoken. Are we back in the dining hall now?
Yeah, you guys for some reason decided it was a good idea to sleep in the dining hall. So,
Yeah,
or
I
you
mean,
were just too drunk to, go anywhere else.
you know,
So,
after a long day
Ah, well,
of
long
eating,
day of
rescuing,
fighting
and
fighting a
almost
little
being
mimic.
devoured, you just kind of crash wherever.
yeah, yeah.
Some of that
Okay.
good purple mushroom wine.
Yeah, that'll knock you down real good.
Our adventurers then made their way to the dwarven excavation camp. Let's see what they uncover.
Um, this well, um, it, from just looking at it from where you are, just looks like a normal well. And then beyond that well, more to the east, are like collapsed walls that they're still kind of walls, but they're like more of piles of rubble that are walls now, in which there's kind of a gap in between that you could walk through.
Okay. Um, let's take a look at this well. You said well too many times.
Well,
No.
uh, yeah, you approach the well and you look in it, and it looks like someone has just kind of stuffed a bunch of rubble down into it. Maybe just used it to hold rubble they were trying to clear out.
Okay, so yeah, it was just stuffed with rubble. Um,
Yes.
and it's just like
Can we
I
clear
just
some
I
of the
like
rubble?
yeah, I say can we remove a couple pieces just to make sure it's rubble perceivably all the way down?
Sure. You start taking kind of handfuls of rubble out of the well. Um, it being a well, they typically run very deep. You probably do this for a couple minutes, and you decide that there's definitely nothing of interest at the bottom of this well.
That was a good
Well,
investment of our time.
Yeah, so this well
yeah.
is like maybe it has some greater significance we have yet to uncover.
So as you are gathering rubble from the well, uh, two dwarves come out of the gap where that ruined wall is, and are kind of like, what are you doing?
We were looking to see what's in this well.
Well, did you try using your eyes? It looks like there's rubble in there.
Yes, and then we cleared the rubble and saw there was also nothing inside the well, unfortunately. How are you dwarves doing today on this fine morning?
You all seem unwell.
Well, I am doing quite fine. Norbus over here, he's always having a bad day.
Oh no, Norvis, why?
I just, I don't. I, Why did you have to bring this up, Dazzlin? That doesn't even matter. What are they doing here? Why are they here?
Can we help you in some way? To have a better day?
Norbis kind of like tilts his head a little bit, and he's kind of like, kind of scratches his beard a little bit. He's like, Dazzlin, we should get back to it. We'll just leave them alone. And Dazzlin goes, but no, they may be able to kill the ochre jellies for us.
Ochre jellies.
Why, I'm glad you ask. And Dazzlin begins to approach you more. I see. We are here to excavate this old site and find what treasures we can find within. You see, an avalanche many years ago devastated this entire settlement and pretty much buried it under rubble. But as you can see, we have mostly cleared it out, and we are making our way through. But we reached a point in the site where some ochre jellies were giving us trouble. So we've been kind of just waiting out just to see if they'd leave, or well, we thought about fighting them ourselves, but we're just two little small dwarves, and we're not sure we can handle them.
My character.
Point me in their direction.
Ah, I see. Don't even need a reward. I like it. Let's just
Actually,
let's
wait,
get right
wait.
to it.
What's our reward?
Oh no, he doesn't. No, he said he doesn't need a
Oh,
reward. Let's do it.
man.
Let's just
Why
go.
should you say that? Why would you say that?
Because I'm a
mean-
paladin. We need no rewards for fighting evil and bringing peace to the land.
Norbis
Ew.
at this point is kind of like, he looks at Dazzlin and he goes, "We don't need them. We don't need them. They could be. We don't even know if they're friendly. We'll do it. Or we'll handle it ourselves."
We're super friendly. I don't know what you're talking about.
He kind of just looks at you with a blank face and just kind of like looks back at Dazzlin and just like, "Come on, let's go."
It might make you have a better day if you give us a reward.
They both kind of almost have question marks over their head as to wondering why that would be. You know, the lizard-looking fellow mentioned something about, a reward. If
Yep.
I suppose that we could part with our sending stones if you were willing to slay any ochre jellies we run into.
What do the sending stones do?
Oh, you see? Now let's show him, Norbis. Let's show him. Norbis is like, okay. And then Norbis just starts walking away, and you're just like, guess Norbis is leaving. Okay, bye. And then all of a sudden you wait a few minutes, and a stone that Dazzlin is carrying, it sends out a message and says, "Can you hear me?" And Dazzlin goes, "Yeah, we can hear you."
What?
Voice teleportation.
What is this? What is
I've
this
never
voice,
heard of
voice
such a thing.
magic?
Well, they're sending stones, of course, and they'll be yours for the very low price of slaying any ochre jellies we run into.
They follow the dwarves into a crumbling temple. What dangers lie ahead?
Found a jelly.
You found the jelly?
It's yeah.
Got any peanut butter too, or
What flavor is
jelly.
it?
Why don't you come over here and find out?
Okay, I'm on my way.
So, Tad, as you let out this scream, Alora is the first to hear you.
Okay.
Uh,
I guess.
Is that
I was
initiative?
yelling back to him, so.
Yeah, well, I gave him the nickname Tad, so we have a special bond, and
Yeah, apparently so.
Fair, fair.
Tad, you are of course surprised. So you unfortunately sit out the first round of initiative. Erdrick, you were following closely behind Myaston in terms of
I run as fast as I can, jump off the dragon's back, the dragonborn's back, take my maul out, and smash. Hopefully, smash into this.
So yeah, you attempt to jump off of Myaston's back. And you kind of like, I guess his scales may be a little bit slippery.
Yep.
Because you kind of don't necessarily make the the
I
the
think we
strike
done that.
you needed on this ochre jelly. Both of you are kind of fumbled together and kind of fall into each other's arms as you attempt this shot.
Romance.
Get off me, dragonborn.
Dragon We're
uh,
failing you.
yes,
Oh,
I don't
Rayless.
condone that.
God, how do I have a
Let me
plus
see.
6?
So I
instead of
have
this?
a walking speed of 35 feet, and my melee weapons reach 5 feet. So am I able to strike with a melee weapon this turn?
Yeah. The ochre jelly, now being attacked twice from kind of the same direction, is kind of, slid a little bit closer to where Myaston and Erdrick are. So you could make that attempt if you'd like to.
Okay. So I'll move the maximum to catch up to the rest of the party, and then reach with my short sword, which kind of sounds like contradictory. And we'll roll for that. Let's see. Get a slashing on this jelly, please. Maybe.
So yeah, you rush across the room, running past the two lovebirds lying on the ground there. And you take your short sword and you slash into the ochre jelly. However, it splits into two, almost
no.
as if that sort of attack would render it would essentially not do any damage to it. So now there are two ochre jellies. These ochre jellies are able to kind of like adapt, and they don't necessarily need to be attached. So you now have two ochre jellies standing in front of you.
I remember the ochre jelly very well from our last campaign. 'Cause it was just me and Thaddeus, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You guys don't remember because you didn't help us.
So Tad, you now have two ochre jellies standing in front of you. Deals 11 damage to you.
Oh man.
The real love
Slap me,
slap.
jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like the slime from Nickelodeon like dropping all over his body.
No, it's nasty in that. It's like a yellow, mucusy sort of slime, and it kind of trickles down this monk's face, and
It's like the
I've
Mucinex
been
commercial.
defiled.
um the other ochre jelly coming for Tad, he's gonna attempt to give him the same old slapping that the other ochre jelly just performed onto Rayless. Hope if I could spell. Tad, you are also gonna get some slime in your life.
Oh, it's slime time.
Oh man.
It's gonna give you the little the jelly slap that you just witnessed, of course. Let's see, roll 2d6.
No, Ted.
This one is going to do slightly less damage, but it is going to hit you for 10 bludgeoning damage.
Slightly
Yeah, it was one less, I believe, right? Yeah.
less. Slightly less.
From there, we Myastin, I believe it's you are able to pick yourself up off the floor.
Stop slipping. All right. Am I
Go
close enough
Dragonborn.
to take out my great sword again, or
So you attempted to throw your trident last time, but I mean,
can I run and pick it up again, or is it too far away?
like
it's
5
kind of
feet.
in between you and this ochre jelly. So if you wanted to grab the trident, if you
Yeah, can I
prefer
just
to
like
attack.
run, pick it up, and throw it?
Sure. I mean, you have your full speed, so you can just run over to it. You don't have to throw it,
Yeah, I'll run and
Stab
grab
him.
my retrieve
unless you
my
prefer to
trident.
throw it. But
Yeah, I
I
want to
like
throw
the
it.
idea. He just picks it up. I was like, oh, win it
Go for
again.
round two.
It throws it 2 feet.
Go for round two, or pick up the trident.
okay. So you pick yourself off the floor. You kind of brush Erdrick off of you as he attempted to rudely jump off your back, and
Come on,
Um,
Dragonborn.
grab your trident, and pending your attack throw,
Do some damage.
attempt to.
I believe in our Dragonborn.
Come on, Dragonborn. Do something. We're all waiting.
That's please.
You
Don't.
all kind of hear the heartbeats in the room as they.
Everything's going in slow motion right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's better than last time.
Oh man.
So as you got
Better
up,
than last time.
it appeared
Dragonborn.
it appeared you weren't able to pry yourself quite away from Erdrick. You were able to pick up
What?
your trident, but then maybe slipped on one of your fellow companions' large armor pieces, and kind of tripped and stumbled a little bit, and have fallen again just before the ochre jelly, perhaps 10 feet from it. Yeah, you were able to strike the ochre jelly once more with your crossbow. These arrows are flying as true as ever today.
Mhm.
It flies directly into the ochre jelly that was approaching you in the party. How much damage do you do? 15. Okay. This
She's a
arrow flies
beast.
kind of
What else?
directly into the center of the ochre jelly, and dealing a whopping 15 damage. This ochre jelly is kind of like slowly drugging along as like a slug almost. But it is still alive, unfortunately. All right, you grab your handy mace of smiting.
Mace of
Did you show your mace of smiting to chat?
Oh yeah, wait, hold
Really?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you weren't here last
Doesn't
week.
reach.
If you weren't here last week, here's the Mace of Smiting.
He's got his very own.
Why ever use a short sword when you have the mace of smiting?
Yes.
Take down your foes.
Yes.
A little
You
bent up now.
you swing
What
it
do I hit?
from your right side into the jelly, cutting it off from Tad, or attempting to at least. doing 7 damage to it. This ochre jelly now begins to look like the other one did. Is a bit sluggish, but is currently still moving.
What a
And-
lame jelly.
Yeah. And then
Tad.
after smashing it, I'm gonna take a bonus action and attempt to also kick the jelly
Oh, all right. Yep.
with my unarmed strike.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
We'll see. Then it hits.
Nice. Okay. So upon striking this ochre jelly um with your mace of smiting, as it were, um, you kind of hit it up in the air almost, and you prep it for a swift kick with your little gnomish legs.
Gentle gnomish kick.
You only deal 3 damage, but it turns out it is just enough. You're able to render the ochre jelly inoculated and kind of just knocks some trinkets out of its insides, perhaps things it was eating, similar to how the other one did. And now just kind of a ooze of jelly lies before where you struck it.
That our word of the day, inoculated. What?
That's the word of 2021, right?
Yeah. Honestly.
Hashtag vaccine.
Yeah. Okay.
We have defeated the Yoka Jellies!
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
After slaying the ochre jelly, the party continues to search the temple for treasures buried within.
Can I try to listen through the door and see if I can hear another like ochre jelly gushing around in there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you don't hear anything weird like that.
Okay.
From what you can tell, you don't hear any sounds coming from the room. So Rayless, being a bit shocked, of course, the ochre jelly is going to attempt to swing at you.
Hide behind the dwarf.
Let's see.
They're not much cover, to be fair. Well,
For
I
a
guess for
gnome, they
me.
are.
Yeah,
And
we're
For a gnome, they are.
He is going to land. He fancies your pointy hat.
oh no.
I guess that attracted him to you. So you appear a bit taller than the other ones. So he goes for you. He slings his jelly tentacle straight for you, and kind of strikes you in the back, and deals 7 damage. Did you get hit previously?
Yeah. Now being absolutely covered in slime, bloodied and beaten, I stand with 1 HP remaining. Barely surviving that blow. I had 8 HP remaining after the last fight.
From burning hands?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I rolled
3d6 fire
garbage.
and 5 damage.
Why?
All right. So attempting to make some toast out of this jelly, you cast Burning Hands towards this gelatin creature, dealing 5 damage.
It's
It
like the
got a
smallest
little.
flame you have ever seen.
Oh man.
So you, being fairly new at casting this Cure Wound spell, bards don't get too much
Yeah.
practice casting that sort of spell, I suppose. You are able to heal your companion Rayless for 3 hit points, so he is now at 4.
I tried.
Feeling better already.
Yes, and Raylis, with your newly found health, if you would like to strike at this ochre jelly.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay my distance away, keeping a few party members in between me and the slime,
Alright.
fearing life, and I'll throw one of my darts.
Myosin.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, can I rip out the trident and then re-stab him?
Yeah, Erdrick was able to get him off of your trident for you, so
Pick up that slimy trident and shove it back in him.
okay, you're gonna run over and stick it back in him.
Yeah, give it back to him.
Yeah, okay, give it back to him. Okay, go ahead and do your attack roll.
Run up to him and say, "Here, you drop this." Oh my gosh.
Dragonborn, if you don't learn how to use your weapons,
Trident's
so
fault.
Erdrick was so kindly standing, kind of impeding your way, and he's such a large brute in terms of size that you kind of
I'm
take a
5'8".
second. Okay, in terms of girth, you know, not necessarily height.
I'm not that fat.
It's the armor, man. Come on.
Yeah, the armor makes you beefier. You're wearing
It's just
heavy armor.
chainmail.
Anyway,
Anyways.
Myosin is unable to reach the ochre jelly with his trident.
I wasn't sure if I hit.
Yeah, you hit. Yeah.
13 again.
And yes, so as your arrow flies between Erdrick and Myosin, who are both bickering at how could you know, Erdrick is upset that Myosin was unable to get there in time with his trident and finish him off.
He was
They're
in the way.
both bickering back
Dragonborn
and
just
forth,
doesn't know how to fight.
and Alora just
There's an obstacle in my path.
shoots her bolt through past both of them, striking the ochre jelly and rendering it inoculated, as you know, the term we're using today.
A real fighter has no obstacles.
There's this big fat obstacle in my way. That was
A real fighter has no
preventing me from-
obstacles.
We don't have time for this bickering. I just basically killed him. So.
Yeah. You gotta
Yeah,
let
at least someone could do it.
While you're just standing there impeding me from attacking the jelly.
At least I have friends.
I don't need friends. All I
I'm
have,
friends with everybody, so I'm
my-
your friend. You do have
I have my dragon cult.
friends.
I don't need any friends.
Your dragon cult that's gonna be wrecked.
You awkwardly ask if you may borrow those gems, and without even thinking about it, you just grab them out of the hands of the statue.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the statue starts shaking, and
It's like the Temple of Doom.
in front
Didn't
of
say
you.
no.
It explodes in front of you.
Oh.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh
no.
shoot! It was a bomb this whole time. Oh
Well,
no!
oh no, he's getting exploded.
I just died.
Yeah, you take 22 damage.
Oh.
Do I die?
Yeah, it
You
was
are-
a big enough explosion. It threw you into the other side wall,
I didn't freaking die.
in the alcove where that other statue was
I'm
in
out.
rubble.
Peace.
You're knocked out. You aren't necessarily dead.
What a way to go.
I die from borrowing some.
What an
Not that
idiot
well, that's
dragonborn.
I know. I feel like in a different realm, an experience like this we've experienced
That
has
even
happened
went through,
before.
except
Most of you are shell shocked, but with
Not me.
like a
I
flat
knew it was
face.
gonna happen, and he deserved it.
a lot of you are a bit
And I am
shaken,
thankful.
we'll say.
I'm shook.
Some of you were hit with rubble, but you didn't take any damage from being hit with the rubble.
Praise to Eldath.
Eldath?
Is that your
Yes.
god?
Is that
Yes,
your-
it's the
Okay.
god of peace, the goddess of peace. Now that the
Okay.
dragonborn is finally knocked out.
Uh, Yes.
While preparing to leave the site, a group of orcs block their escape. A battle then commences.
She swiftly grabs her crossbow, and is
Did you see
Um,
Now she's back.
yes. Now she is able to takes a
She
nice
laughs
deep
as
breath,
her.
and you're able to hear that. And not cast shoots her arrow or her bolt right into the one that Myastin just breathed on. um Striking it for 16 damage and doing so much damage that the bolt grabbed this orc's head and ripped it clean off and stabbed it into the ground.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
and he falls to his knees. Of course, no head, but still falls to his knees and collapses. The other two are quite shocked, to say the least. Still, Airdrick.
Put the team on your back, Ellie.
I think that crossbow gnome was lucky. She only lost her arm. Like,
Yeah,
could've been
no.
way worse.
This girl is deadly.
Myastin. At this point, the orc is on both knees, and he says, and he kind of spits out some blood to his left, and he's like, "That's it. End it. Give me the warrior's death that I deserve."
All right.
Ask him what he's
I-
doing here.
Ask him what he's doing here.
I came to find shelter for the night. We were driven from our home by this big fly beast.
You mean a dragon like me?
Yes,
about-
he look like you, but he fly.
Oh, nice. Now I feel bad. I'm still gonna kill you though. So I'm gonna go like Mace Windu style, and like Mace Windu goes in with the lightsaber to Jango Fett and like swishes off his head.
You
Like a
attempt
little
to do so.
Somewhere out there, Nigel's like,
s- swing around and then with my great sword.
Uh-huh. I swear, if you don't learn how to use that great sword, I'm gonna take it
gonna-
from you.
You at the you
You're not allowed to use it anymore.
you swipe it Mace Windu style, but you stop seconds before his neck. It says, "No, I don't pity you," and you sheath your sword again, and you walk away.
oh
Um,
no.
Oh,
Elora, if you want to put him out of his misery.
Looking like Qui-Gon Jinn out here. Like,
Made this Dragonborn sound much cooler than he is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if a warrior's death is by getting a bolt through the chest, but we could try.
Make sure you shoot him in the back.
oh my.
um,
That's
Come
how.
on, Ellie. So, oh my god, we're just tormenting this poor guy.
We're just like hitting him in the arm.
You shoot the crossbow at his feet. And is like, "Someone finish this fool off." And
Actually,
the orc
3
at this
10s
point
in a
is
row.
just furious. He's like, "Kill me already."
Sorry, I tried.
Airdrick, if you would like to do the honors or attempt to, I guess.
So I think rather than killing him, I'm gonna grappling pin him. Which is this ability I have. I make a grappling check, a grapple check, whatever that is.
Why?
Yes, because when no one can make simple attacks. Might as well go for a more in-depth
Are we
one.
really surprised?
If it so let's see, where's I don't even know where grappling is.
Is that like
I don't know. It was
So,
just a
ranked or
option.
something? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
You just
That's-
use your action. I don't think you actually have to check for anything. Because you grapple the ogre, so you kind of hold him in place.
Yeah, it says let's see. I have advantage on attacks against the creature I'm grappling, and I can use my action to pin the creature that I'm grappling. So I can pin him down.
Both you and the creature both become restrained. And
Yeah.
restrained is a condition, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you do that, I assume?
Yes. I'm just gonna do that.
All right.
And
Yeah,
then
you use your action and you are pretty much
grind my
holding this. Or-
head into his temple. My forehead
Yes,
into his temple.
I guess you're using some sort of restraint on him.
I got him in a chokehold.
So, Rayless, if you would like to make an advantageous attack, you are free to do so.
That's 2 attack rolls and you take the higher?
Yeah.
Okay. With my short sword.
Since nobody's been able to hit this guy and finish him off.
With my short sword. Stop spinning.
The suspense.
Like, drum roll.
I send him the Valhalla.
Yes, your short sword ends this man's career. And you are able to put this poor orc out of misery after you've
Oh my god.
shot and missed several times.
I just love the imagery of like this little gnome running up and stabbing him.
After like these giant hulking beasts have all failed one after
Exactly.
another,
Yeah.
the gnome comes in.
The nimble gnome.
Yep.
I'll call it, yeah.
So we do it.
And with that, you complete the next part of your quest. And I believe that is where we will wrap up as well for the adventure. Anybody have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, these runes suck.
Nomengard was
dwarf.
much better.
Yeah,
Nomengard,
Nomengard was
stupid
way more
dwarves.
fun.
Stupid dwarves.